Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Perlmutter from Quantum Listing. Thank you for joining us today on our webinar, Quantum Listing's new rewards program. So we're really excited about this new rewards program because it will help our members get to know all of our features better. And not only will they get to know it better, they will get rewarded for it not once, but twice. Now, why do I say you're getting rewarded twice? You're getting rewarded because as you fulfill the tasks that are required or recommended in our rewards program, you'll be improving your profile and your listings. And so that should hopefully make your profile and listings a little more search engine friendly, meaning that you'll get more organic views from Google and other search engines, and more views hopefully means more clicks, and more clicks hopefully means more leads. So let's get going. Hello, Lawrence Talt from Westchester County. Nice to see you. Virtually, of course. Okay, so for those of you that are new to quantum listing, we like to say that we give you a maximum exposure by offering a range of features so that you can market your properties without breaking your budget. And you can post an unlimited number of listings with the ability to market them seamlessly on all forms of popular social media. And there's no paywall for potential buyers or tenants to view your properties on our site. As a 30-plus year veteran of the commercial real estate industry, as both a broker and developer, I know that what I want for my listings is as many people as possible to be able to view them without having to have a paywall or registration, because the more people that see them, the more likely it is that somebody will be, the right person will see it, and I'll get that call or that email. So here's just an example of some of the companies that we have members from at Quantum Listing. And let's jump right into this. So the way you are going to keep track of yourself on, hold on, I gotta find the right screen, sorry.
David, do you mind?
Pardon me, Julia?
David?
Say it again?
Oh, you know what? I think you might want to go off of video because I'm having a hard time with the connection a little bit, and going off video might make the sound better.
Okay. Is that better? Is that any better? Or should I try?
I think so.
Okay.
Far so good. I don't know if I'm the only one having issues, but
Jean mentioned I was breaking up a little before, so hopefully this is okay. If not, I can always try my earbuds as well. So back to the topic at hand here. It all starts with this form, which you can find on our website and in our most recent blog post about the rewards program. And of course, we will be sending it out as well. And there's a series of questions on it. And so this is the checklist that we're going to use to guide us through today's webinar. And I will be giving a live demonstration for these things um, as we go through it. And if you have questions, put them in the chat. We'll pause every now and again to talk about the questions, and maybe you can unmute yourself at those junctures. So let's get going. So you will need to add your email address to this form so that we can give you proper credit when you've submitted it. So I had set up a demo account, which has the very creative name Webinar Demo. And the first thing on that checklist is to add a profile picture. So just as for those of you that are new, when you sign into Quantum Listing, you're brought to your profile page, which this is an example of. And anytime you're on the site and need to get back to your profile page, you're going to click the icon in the top right that looks like a Head and Shoulders, and which has a tooltip which conveniently says, go to my profile. So if I were to look at the most recent listings, I could then go back to my profile that way. Hold on, I see this. So, oh, by the way, let me just make sure before I go on if you can hear me now. Can you hear
Good
me?
to me. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so first what we want to do is edit my profile so that we can add a profile picture. And then the next item will be the logo, and we're going to do those here. So to edit your profile, you click on this little pencil and paper icon right here at the top of the smiley face, and then click edit. And we'll do the profile picture first. And so you click on the camera icon there, and I have conveniently saved everything to a folder for today. So here's my headshot. So the recommended size for the profile photo and the company logo are both 200 pixels. Hold on, I just sort of, all right, well, I made it a little off center, but that's okay. Let's see what happens when we save it. I'm gonna Okay, so hold on, I think I messed something up with my picture, so I'm going to do that again. And let's start over. What did I do here? Woo! Okay, see, even if you have problems with it, you don't have to feel bad because sometimes even I mess things up. All right, so let's try this again. All right, sorry about this, folks, but that's what happens when you do things in real time. Okay, and all right, so I'm signing back in. All right, hopefully we get it right this time.
And if you don't get it right, you can always show them what happens on the form when you don't do something, and how it helps you out.
Okay. For some reason it wants me to confirm my password. Fortunately, this is one I remember. All right, well, when this happens, and I don't know why it's happening, it could be that it is too dense a file. So my advice here is going to be to contact us right here, either through this intercom button right here, or there's also a contact thing. You can send us a message here. So, all right. So, well, I don't want to leave. Hold on. So let's. I'm feeling a little.
David, I think that when you're doing the password thing, it's not saying to confirm your password. It's saying like change your password, and it's auto filled. So those two passwords probably aren't matching.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's try that. Thank you, Julia. Good to have a pair of eagle eyes. All right. So,
I would maybe just ignore that. It's really weird, but I guess you could. because you probably have so many saved logins on our site.
Yes. The site format is invalid. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's referencing this.
No.
Let's try. That was it. Okay, so I needed to have so it had nothing to do with my picture. I don't think. So let's try this again. Uh, all right, for some reason it's not having, oh, there it is. Okay, all right, I did it. All right, so now that I've done those two things, I would, check off those boxes. Uh, Sorry about that. Okay, so in this case, I would check off yes, but on. Okay, oh, all right, so I started to fill this out before, and now I'm going to edit it as we go along. So this is something that you can do yourself. So I've now added a profile picture and I've added a logo, and we'll come back to that checklist as we go along. All right, so the next item you'll see that I hadn't done before is to add at least one social media site to your thing. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn because I think for uh, uh, business, LinkedIn is the most applicable. So when you look at the URL up here, you see when you just sign into LinkedIn, it says feed. So what you need to do on LinkedIn is click on your name so that you grab the URL for your profile page. So I'm going to go back and edit this again. And this time I'm going to LinkedIn here.
Can I just say one thing, David?
Of course.
Just so you guys know, when you're adding this, generally David's just showing this in a specific way, so that we see how it's done. But when you go ahead, you can add everything at once. So it is not too tedious. It's, you're adding all your information on that same edit profile part of the page.
Right. And I'm just doing that one just to save time. And now that I've added my LinkedIn, you can see it right over here. And see that it works. You might want to verify that. So it did. Terrific. And now to add one more piece of information, and you can do, again, as Julie said, you can add the pictures and logo and social media and website all at once. In this case, I chose not to. And here I'm going to just say, David is a 30 plus year veteran of commercial real estate. You can add as much as you want, and for time's sake, I'm just going to leave it at that for now. And okay, so we've now added our bio, which we'll be able to see in a second right here. So there's this little information button here. So if you tap on that, you can see your bio is there. And I would encourage you to, add a little more detail and color than that. And the reason that it's really worthwhile adding the picture and the logo and any social media links in your bio is that each one of those things is considered content by search engines. And search engines love content. And the more content that you have, the more they will have to index, and the higher you will rank in search engine results. So if there's more than one Daniel Chang out there or one more Sue Horowitz, and somebody's Googling Sue Horowitz real estate, there's a very good chance that if your quantum listing profile is going to show up on that first page of results. So I encourage you to add all that stuff. Okay, so next on our list is following other members. And following is important because it is another way for you to interact with your colleagues and also to find information that is relevant to you. So I'm in the Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York market. So say I want to find a broker, I want to find people who I want to follow in Connecticut. So I'm going to type in Connecticut here, and I'm going to click on Thomas Ringrose, the little portrait. In this case, he didn't add a picture yet. So, and here I'm just going to click follow. And of course, if somebody follows you, it's good etiquette, but not required, that you follow other people as well. It's always nice to reciprocate like that. So let's go find some more Connecticut brokers to follow. And let's see, I'm gonna click on Cindy D's, and let's find somebody else who, all right, here we'll do. All right, so we got 3. So I'm gonna follow Cindy, and this person, I need to get to their profile, David Landis. So I'm gonna click on his name and click follow him also. So that's what it takes to follow 3 people. So not a lot of work. And then it says, the next item is saving a listing to favorites. So actually shown space in the Centfort Plaza. So I'm going to save this to favorites. There's a couple of ways I can do this. First is, wait, what do I do? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to just scroll down, and then on this little gray ribbon here, there's I have the ability to click on that, and it turns green, and then I'll be able to find it in my favorites later. The other way that you can add a listing to your favorites is if you're just looking at the listing card rather than the detail page. You can oh, sorry, this is the way to do it. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I guess that whole thing. You can do it from the listing card, and you just click on the ribbon there. Okay. So we're all good to go on adding to favorites, and the next item that you will be asked to do, and you don't have to do these items sequentially. You can do them in whatever order you want.
Oh, we have a question. There's a question whether we can follow people by geographic area, or can you only follow them by geographic area, or can you also go by specialty type like industrial or land, which is a great question. Thank you, Sue.
Good question. So you can go by asset type. So, and the way you would want to do that is you would click on search filter, then click on, in this case, industrial, and apply filters. And then you can just click on those people and follow them. So you could do that. And we have groups for each of the asset classes. And so you could join the asset class group as well. So you'd be putting yourself in a group with people who are interested in the same type of real estate as you as well. So that is the saving to the favorites. Now, we were talking about LinkedIn before and sharing. What we can do is share your profile to your social media, and that is something that we really encourage you to do. And for LinkedIn, for instance, if you have listings, it's a great way to get your listings uh, on your LinkedIn account. So I'm going to switch accounts now to my brokerage account. So give me a moment here. And okay, and let's make sure my password is right. Okay, so now this is my Promoter Properties brokerage account, and I'm going to share my profile to to LinkedIn. So what I do is I click this sharing icon here, and then I'm going to click the LinkedIn logo, and you have to click where it says share in a post. Of course, you could send it to a colleague as a private message as well. And I'm going to say, have a look at my Promoter Properties listings. Okay, and then you can add all sorts of hashtags if you want. And once you start typing, it makes suggestions. And I'm gonna write New York. Okay, and so just then once you're done adding whatever it is that you want, again for brevity, I'm just keeping it short and simple. And click post, and now let's go see what it looks like on LinkedIn. And so here's my post. It's short and sweet, and if I click on the link, it takes me to my Quantum Listing profile page. All right, so I'm going to pause here and say, what question do you have questions for me? And Julia, I see that you have a question about how many points do I have? So the answer is we'll find out at the end. However, each task that you complete, and you'll get 5 points for. So
Could you ever show us the blog to show where we are and
of course.
categories?
All right, so here is the recent blog post from this week. And all right, so and we have embedded in this the question. So and here we'll go right to the form here. So
But I meant like up top, it has where we are, like on the categories of the different kinds of.
all right, so we are in the search engine health section of our form. Actually, we were sort of moving beyond that, but so we've added the profile picture, the logo, website, bio, and social media. So I've gotten 25 points so far for everything that I have done. Now I just shared my profile on social media, and I've followed 3 other members, and I've saved listings to favorites. So we're good there. And now, I need to share a listing to social media. So let's go back to my profile. And all right, let's share this listing here. Just found out that another space is coming available here. So to share to social media, you're going to look for the sharing icon, which again, if you remember on your profile page, it's not a red dot, but it's just the 3, but the common thing is the 2 lines connecting the 3 dots. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to share this listing to Twitter. And so it pre-populates with your title and the listing address, meaning the web address of the listing. So this is what it looks like on my Twitter feed now. And I'm going to click on that. And you see it brings me, or whoever else is looking at it, to Twitter. So let's go back to, I like your suggestion, Julia, of doing it from referencing this. So let's see, we've shared my profile, we followed, we favorited, we shared a listing to social media. Next up, we're going to send a chat message to our group. So here, I'm going to send a chat message. So I'm going back to my profile. And right here is the chat menu. So I can share a chat to my group one of two ways. So I'm going to go to, by the way, if it's lit up green, that means there are messages waiting for you. So when you see that green, do click on it. And broker best practices just happens to be where that was. And I'm going to just copy this same message I put in before, and I'm going to add it to a different group. So I'm going to all the groups here, my groups, and here I'll send this to the Westchester brokers. And I'm going to paste that here and hit enter. And now the listing, because I did the cut and paste like that, it's not showing the link here. But you can see that if you don't do it, if you're less lazy than I am, you can click and those are live URLs there. So let's go back to our blog post and go back and look at the list again. Okay, so that was a group chat. You can also do peer-to-peer chats. So I'm going to do that next, and I'm going back to my profile page, and I'm going to open up the chat menu, and I'm going to do a peer-to-peer chat, and I will send a chat message to Andrew. Saying, hi Andrew, how is Seattle? I'll have a look at my new listings. Okay. So you can do that, and then you can also add a URL to any of those chats. So I'm going to add one. Okay. And so this time you can see that it actually works properly because I didn't just cut and paste from another post. So that worked great. And so that is a peer-to-peer chat. So we have accomplished another item. And you can see doing all these things doesn't take a lot of time. And, it really is a good way to familiarize yourself with all the different features that we have. So the next one we want to do is use our mass email feature. I got to tell you a great story. Last week, we were doing a webinar, an overview webinar of Quantum Listing. And I sent this listing here, which I just happened to be a partner in, to a group of residential brokers in New Jersey because it's some residential land. And by the time, so I sent it out to maybe 150 residential brokers using this feature here. And by the time I finished the webinar, I already had an inquiry. I followed up with a broker. She's talking with her customers about it, and hopefully we'll find out today whether or not they're interested. So you can add a single recipient or multiple recipients by putting a comma between each email address. But if you want to do what I did last week and send it out to multiple brokers and buyers, you find a Excel sheet in your browser, in your on your computer, and click that. Now, let me just show you very quickly. This is the Excel sheet that I'm sending out, the list right now, and you can see all it has. There's no header line. There's just one single column with email addresses. So super easy to put together from anything. You can export them from your contacts. You can put together any number of ways, but just a single column with email addresses only. Let's go back to where we were. All right, so here you can see that the spreadsheet has been added. And it could be a CSV file, an Excel file, or the new Excel file. And I'm going to write just a quick subject line for, here, I'll just copy the one that worked last time. For residential lots for Hapakong, contact if you have a customer interested in this 4-lot development site. All right, so again, short, sweet, and what happens when you hit the send button here, they're going to get an email. It won't be grayed out like this. It'll be more vibrant, and so they'll get the featured image in that email, whatever your headline is for the thing, and the basic information that you've added as your contact email address on it, the trade type, the size. This actually is 11 acres, and the price is $150,000. And then I'm going to hit send, and the listing has been shared successfully. And who knows, maybe by the end of today's webinar, I'll have another lead from that. So good luck to me. So that is how you use the mass email feature. And the next item that we want to check in on is
Can I say one thing with the mass email feature is that you could also just send that to a few people really easily. You can use the Excel sheet, or if you want to quickly send it to a colleague, you can easily just type in their email address at the top, and it is just as he showed with the Excel sheet, it goes right away. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can send this out for any listing. It doesn't have to be your own. So if you're looking at listings and you see one that catches your eye, you can send someone else's listing to people saying, check out this property.
That is correct. Thank you for that. You do need to be a registered user to use the mass email feature, by the way. So, okay. So next we're going to invite a friend to join Quantum Listing. And we've made this, like we try to do with everything, very easy for you. So on your profile page, you'll see invite a friend. And I'm going to add my friend Greg Levine's email here.
Should we invite Ricardo since he's on the call?
Okay, sure.
Put his email address in the chat.
Thank you.
If you're okay with that, Ricardo, you can always ignore it. Sorry.
Sorry about that. This is Isabel Camero. I'm his assistant, and it's
Oh,
been quite the day for me. I'm actually recording it on Loom because I haven't been able to pay full attention, but I'm recording
no
it.
worries.
So
Okay.
thank you, though.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, no worries. Sorry about that.
All right. So
Thank you.
thanks, and thank you for taking care of this for him. So you putting the message, the email address for me?
Yeah, I am. Sorry. One second.
And so sorry. Oh my goodness. For not paying 100% attention to it, but this is something that you will share with the group.
Yes.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
I
just
was
we are recording it, and will be.
okay. Then yes, please, if you would include me, include
Which
Ricardo.
which email address is yours? I'm sorry.
So this one that I'm gonna give you is his. I have access to it. Like I monitor it. It's R Quintero.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Gmail. He says that both of us have access to it, so
Perfect.
that would be a good one. Thank
Perfect.
you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
There we go. So we've added that there. Okay, so just a very short message here, and I'm gonna hit send. And so Ricardo has now been invited, and all he needs to do on his end is click on that link, and he'll become a member. So if anybody else wants us to do that, please add your email address in the chat. So another 5 points for inviting Ricardo. And next up is promoting listings to the top of searches. So this is one of our additional features, and there's a couple of different ways one can do that. So I'm going to do this listing here in Montvale, New Jersey. So one way I can do this is by is I got it surrounded. Don't worry, guys. Okay, I have to edit it. So there we go. All right. So this is one way, and you can just, and when you're adding the listing, this is a very convenient way when you're adding. Oh, sorry. Boy, I'm off my game today. I don't know what's going on. All right. All right. So let's go back here to my profile page, and we're going to the marketing center. There you go. Okay. Promote your listings. So when you promote your listing, it shows up in at the top of searches in that particular market. So let's add this, and I'm going to go start this search for. Uh-oh. And we're they pushed changes to the website today, and I'm afraid that is causing some unexpected issues. So, in any event, apologize for this. And typically, what happens is you start typing in the name, and it doesn't usually do this, but I guess the changes that they pushed today are causing some unintended consequences. So you won't get penalized if you get 5 points off for that. But it'll be working tomorrow. That I promise you. All right. So the next thing that we want to make sure is that all of your listings have good images. So particularly with people who are syndicating from build out, this is more of an issue than for people who are adding listings manually. And it's a really simple fix if you do encounter this problem syndicating from build out, and it's even easier to avoid. It just takes a moment. And So you see here how most of the listings have images, but there are a few that have the Quantum Listing logo instead. And what one needs to do when syndicating the listings is check the box when adding it that you have the rights to the images that you're adding. And uh, that's all it takes. And then you hit save and it'll automatically update on our site. And the other thing to really know about that, when you are syndicating, if your images aren't coming through to Quantum Listing, they're also not going through to any other websites that you're syndicating to, including potentially your own company website. So do be careful with that. And when you're adding the listings initially, just check those boxes, assuming that you actually do have the rights to it. CoStar and LoopNet, if they see an image on your site or Quantum Listing or anywhere other than CoStar or LoopNet, and it has their watermark on it, they will get in touch with you and tell you that they have the intellectual property rights for that, and they will ask you to remove it. So just be mindful of that, and you'll save yourself a potential headache. Next up is the other thing. Let me just say one more thing about images before we go on. Is that you really want the quality of the images to be good. If they're blurry or they're dark, and there's another listing in the same location that has great pictures, people are magpies. They're going to be attracted to the thing that looks sharper and clearer rather than the thing that has no picture or a bad picture. If it's an asset that they want, it's great, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by not having good pictures initially, or any pictures. So better to have some pictures than no pictures, and way better to have great pictures than okay pictures. So, and if you don't know how to take good pictures, get a friend who's good at it, a colleague, or hire a professional. We're all in this for money, and sometimes you have to spend a little to make a lot. So that's my soapbox on pictures. Next on the agenda is adding listings to a report. And then once you create that listing report, you can do a few different things with it. So let's create a report first. So one way you can do it is if you're just looking at the listing card. Here, let's do something a little more real world seeming than this. So let's say I'm interested in real estate in Billings, Montana. So I'm going to do a search. I have 203 listings that have come up here. I'm a magpie, so I'm going to add the ones with good pictures to it. So I just clicked on the 3 dots here. I'm going to add another one, 3 dots, clicked on that, and add to the listing report. If you're looking at a listing detail page, you can, which we'll do now by clicking on the listing. On the gray stripe on the side, you can add a listing to the report by clicking on the plus sign. And you see that there's a little red stripe here on the side, and you'll be able to go to your listing report that way. So here is the listing report. It has a map up at the top that shows the listing. And then these are hyperlinks to the listing. So I could go to one of the listings by clicking on that. I'm going back to my report by clicking on the red stripe again. You can sort it by how new it is or the price. And then once your report is done to your satisfaction, you're going to go to figure out how you want to share it. So you can download it into a PDF file. And if you do that, the links will be hyperlinks, so that's good to go. And you can email it to somebody. So let's email it to Julia. And so I'm going to send her that. And then the third way you can do it is with iframe. And you can post this little snippet of code onto your website. And when you've done that, it will show the report on your website. Everything around the report is going to look like your website, but the information on it is going to be that report, very similar to something like this that Quantum Listing has produced for you. So that is, and doing the iframe, if you don't know how to do it, you don't do your website yourself, your web developer is going to be able to do this in about 2 minutes. It really is not a difficult task to do. Now, if you are going through Quantum Listing and even just going about your business on Quantum Listing, and you say, hey, you know what? I can't remember how David showed me how to create listing reports. So you can go to the How It Works section, and there's a link up here at the top of the page. There's also a link down here at the bottom of the page. And in this case, listing reports just happens to be at the top right there. But you could always do a search for it, type it in, hit enter, and you can see that there's a couple of different things that, so let's do, click on this first one, how to create listing reports. And there's a fairly detailed article on listing reports there. So you can, and there's dozens of articles in How It Works. So getting 5 points for using the How It Works section should be a layup for everybody. Okay, so the next one you all get 5 points for right now, because it's the next task is, have you participated in one of Quantum Listing's webinars in real time? So I would say the answer for all of you is a resounding yes. And then following up on that, the next question, the next task is, have you read one of our blog posts? So just as the How It Works section is accessible from both the top and the bottom of the website, so is our blog. And I'd say that we are pretty consistent with posting new blog posts every Monday. Sometimes it is about new features or things that we're doing here on our site. And other times it is about, we like to do Quantum Lister profiles as often as we can, where one of our members fills out a form that tells us a bit about how they operate their commercial real estate practice and how they use Quantum Listing, and we take that and we make it into a blog post. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Sue Horowitz, who is on with us today, was the subject of a recent How It Works, Quantum Lister profile. So, wait, where are you, Sue? We're gonna think. Here we go. There you go. So there's Sue, and here we'll show you what a Quantum Lister thing. So we have a nice picture. If you want your business card in there, we can do that. These are the typical questions, and you can tweak the questions if you want. And then the really super bonus thing that we do in these is we add an iframe with your listings to it. So you don't have to worry about keeping this up to date either, because as you keep your quantum listing profile up to date, the iframe showing your listings is going to be updated automatically. So that is a great thing. So if anybody watching today would like to be, who's a broker, would like to be a subject of a quantum lister profile, we would be happy to accommodate you with that. Reading our blog is the last official question. Then we had 2 extra credit questions, and it's a good thing since we're getting close to the end of our time. First one is, have you checked your analytics? So the quantum listing analytics section is pretty neat, and there's lots of good information for you there. So you access it from your profile page, and you go to this menu on the left-hand side and click on the info item, and then on the submenu, click on analytics. And we just tweaked this a little bit, so you can see the listings, either how many listing views you've had in a week or a month or all time. If you're using our Google Display Network ads, you can see the results of that as well, the number of views and clicks on the ads that I've run on the display network. You can see I've gotten 94,757 views in on websites in the markets where those listings are, and those have resulted in 56 clicks on those listings. Promoted banners are one of the added features that you can do if you want to promote yourself in your market. You can contact us and we'll help you put that together. There is a fee for that, for the banner. You can run it for a month or 3 months or a year. Zillow, I think, sort of pioneered something like this, where they have Zillow Premier Agents, and anytime somebody searches in your market, your marketing message is going to come up before any, right in front of all the listings. Let's see, I think, I'm not sure if this one is still running, but it was a really nicely done one. Hang on. No, it's not running right now. Let's see. All right, so here, just show you an example. So here is one that I did for Ridgefield, Connecticut, and we don't have listings in Ridgefield right now, but we do have a great Promoter Properties marketing message there, so yay. So, and then the other extra credit item that we have is have you used Quantum Listings private notes feature? So on any listing, whether it's yours or not, you can create a private note, and you do that from the listing detail page on this gray stripe. You click make a note, and we just got 2 spaces back there thanks to COVID. So now, while we're here, and I just want to point out a couple of other things. Research land due diligence powered by our partner LandChecks. So if you want to see what's going on with any parcel that is on our site in terms of where cell towers are, brownfield sites, HUD activity, pipelines, power transmission lines, any of those things are available through this report from LandChecks. And it's incredible the amount of data that is in. You click a few buttons and you can get a PDF report of all the data that's here, and you'll find it's dozens and dozens of pages long, and it's for you to compile this information by yourself would take forever. To have it, done for you automatically like this is really very, very powerful. So I do encourage you to check that out. Let us, I think it's time for questions. I do see, let's see. You can, if people have questions, if you want to unmute yourself, that'd be great. Otherwise, you can put something in the chat box. Either one is good.
Sue has asked if you will please show how to print an analytics report to share with the seller or leaser if that's possible.
Okay, so the answer is it's a work in progress. So some of the information, I believe, again, is downloadable. So if you're like on the individual listings, so hopefully this doesn't cause an error again.
Also, Sue, the short answer is if you need help, we can also help get it to you if there's something specific.
So individual listings, the answer is we don't have a printable report right now, but you can search by individual listing and you get that information either by a week, a month, or all time. Also, if you click on any of the listing detail pages, you will see the view count on that as well. To the extent that
David, I'm sorry, I've done that, but is that printable?
Well, you could print the whole page or
Copy and paste.
shot, but right now we'll add that to our feature requests to our tech team, and I think we can get that done hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Although I know one of our developers is going to be away, but I think maybe not for a few weeks. So we can probably get that done. Great idea, Sue. Thank you for that.
In the meantime, I can send it to you for you to print it. I can get it in a format that's printable.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Julia.
No problem.
So to the extent that you are doing promoted banners or promoted listings or using our Google Display Network ads, we do have reports that are printable for that. At that point, you just click this there and it creates the report. But we still have to we'll get that other one done. Would be a great addition. So you can see in Analytics, there's a lot of different things. Any other questions while we're still together? So it looks like not, but we'll stick around for a little while longer in case you want to ask questions after we finish. But thank you everybody for your time today. Sorry about the few glitches, particularly at the beginning, but rest assured we will make sure everything gets put ship shape. And we love having you as members, or if you're not a member yet, please do sign up and we'll take good care of you. And we hope to see you on our webinars in the future. And also, I want to make sure I thank Julia for all of her help in getting today's presentation ready. And hold on, okay, it's sorry. Here's, by the way, is an example of a brand promotion ad. This is a new feature which is, I don't know, it may have arrived on the website today or is about to. You're the first people to hear about it. We've added a new wanted feature, a wants feature, so you can add your wants and they'll show up in the listing feed. So to the extent that you want to crowdsource some of your requirements and let the world know about them, that's a great way to do it. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at support@quantumlisting.com or email me at david@quantumlisting.com or julia@quantumlisting.com, and Our phone number is 844-QL1-LIST. 844-QL1-LIST. So again, thank you for your time, and we hope to see you in the future at more quantum listing webinars.